In today's video, we shall look at a method of solving differential equations known as separation of variables. Let's assume you have a following differential equation. dy dx equals a function fx over another function gy. We note that fx is a function of x only and gy is a function of y only. Then this differential equation can be rewritten in the following manner. The function gy differential dy equals the function fx differential of x dx. Or in another way, gy dy minus fx dx equals to 0. Now this minus sign is immaterial, for if we take minus fx to be hx, another function, then this line will be plus hx dx. You see, when a differential equation can be put in this form, we say the variables are separable. And we are referring to the variables y and x. And the solution to this differential equation can be found at once by integration. Let's illustrate this technique using some examples. Example 1. So we are given this differential equation and we want to solve it. The differential equation can be rewritten in a following form. dy over 1 minus y squared equals dx over x. Bringing the terms to one side, you get dy over y squared minus 1 plus dx over x equals to 0. Now let's integrate the left-hand side. We note that the first integral, let's call it integral 1, can be solved using the method of partial fraction, because 1 over y squared minus 1 equals half 1 over y minus 1 minus 1 over y plus 1. So integrating this function with respect, say, to dy, meaning integrating that function with respect to dy, and the answer is half natural log of y minus 1 over y plus 1. So there we have it. Integral 1 is simply half natural log y minus 1 over y plus 1. Now integral 2. That is straightforward. It is just natural log of x. And the right-hand side is just a constant. And we shall write that constant in terms of natural log as natural log of a, where a is a constant. We see that when we perform the integration, both terms on these two sides are logarithms, so it is a convenience to write the arbitrary constant as a logarithm for the sake of the subsequent simplification. Combining the two natural logarithm on the left-hand side, you have natural log of the square root of y minus 1 over y plus 1 times x equals natural log of that constant a. So what this means is x times the square root of y minus 1 over y plus 1 is simply the constant a. Squaring both sides, we get y minus 1 over y plus 1 equals a squared over x squared. And expressing y in terms of x, we get y equals x squared plus a squared over x squared minus a squared. And that is the general solution to this differential equation. Let's look at example 2. So this differential equation can again be written in the following manner, separating the variables x and y, and it becomes dy over 1 plus y squared equals dx over 1 plus x squared. Now we can integrate both sides. The left-hand side will give you inverse tangent of y. The right-hand side will give you inverse tangent of x plus an integration constant, let's call it b. However, because other terms are in the form of inverse tangent, one would rather write the arbitrary constant in terms of inverse tangent as well. So let's write b as inverse tangent of, say, d. Now we can express y in terms of x in the following manner. It is just tangent of arctangent or inverse tangent of x plus inverse tangent of that constant d. If we assume that inverse tangent of x is, say, v, and inverse tangent of d is w, what you have is essentially y is tangent v plus w. From trigonometric identity, we know it is just tangent v plus tangent w over 1 minus tangent v times tangent w. Tangent v is tangent inverse tangent of x, which is just x. So the first term is x. Likewise, tangent w is just d, 1 minus x times d. So y is just x plus d over 1 minus x times d. And that is the final answer to this differential equation. Example 3. Now this differential equation has two terms with dy dx, that is this term and that term. So let's put them together. If we were to write them together, it would become dy dx times x plus x squared, and that equals y minus 1. Now we can separate the variables, and you'll get dy over y minus 1 equals dx over x plus x squared. X plus x squared is just x times x plus 1. From algebra, we know 1 over x times x plus 1 is 1 over x minus 1 over x plus 1. So now we integrate both sides. The left-hand side is just natural log of y minus 1. The right-hand side, using the method of partial fraction, you will get natural log of x minus natural log of x plus 1 plus an integration constant, let's call it the natural log of a. Combining these two natural logs, we get natural log of x over x plus 1 and plus natural log of a. We can even combine these two natural logs, and that's going to give us natural log of x times a over x plus 1. Comparing the two sides, that means we have y minus 1 is x times a over x plus 1. And we can express y in terms of x in the following manner. 1 plus x times a over x plus 1. And we can make a further simplification in the following manner. X plus 1 plus x times a, which is just x a plus 1 plus 1 over x plus 1. We can write a plus 1 as a new constant, let's call it d, and you have the final general solution to this differential equation, and that solves the problem. Example 4. Again, we can separate the variables in the following manner. dy over sine y equals minus e to the power minus x dx, and we can integrate both sides. In our previous video, we have already worked out this integral, dy over sine y. The answer is just natural log of tangent y over 2. Substituting the answer here, so natural log tangent y over 2 equals minus integration of e to the power minus x will give you minus e to the power minus x plus an integration constant, let's call it c. So this minus will kill that minus, and there you have it. The general solution to the above differential equation is natural log of tangent y over 2 equals e to the power minus x plus integration constant c. Example 5. Let's again separate the variables. You will get tangent y dy equals 2 dx ex over ex minus 1. Let's integrate both sides like that. The integration of tangent y with respect to y is just a standard integral that's going to give you a natural log of cosine of y. What about this integral? We can use very simple substitution. Let's assume v is e to the power x minus 1. So dv is just ex dx. So in terms of v, that integral will simply become 2 dv over v, which is just 2 natural log of v. Since v is just that, it is just 2 natural log of ex minus 1. So there we have it. The right hand side is 2 natural log e to the power x minus 1. Don't forget integration constant. Let's call it natural log of alpha. Let's combine all the natural log into one. That will give you the following expression. Natural log of e to the power x minus 1 squared times cosine y times alpha equals to 0. What that means is the argument of that natural log has got to be 1, namely that line. Rearranging it a little, we get cosine y equals 1 over alpha times e to the power x minus 1 squared, or y is inverse cosine 1 over alpha times e to the power x minus 1 squared. And that's the general solution to this differential equation. Example 6. dy dx to the power 2 equals y cubed. The first thing we need to do is to rewrite this in terms of dy dx instead of dy dx squared. And that will be just y to the power 3 over 2. Now we can separate the variable. So you have dy over y to the power 3 over 2 equals dx. And now we can integrate this equation. The left hand side will simply give you minus 2 over square root y, because when we integrate y to the power minus 3 over 2 with respect to y, you will get y minus 3 over 2 plus 1 over minus half, which is just that. The right hand side is just x. Let's write an integration constant as a. Squaring both sides, you get 4 over y equals x plus a squared, which means y is 4 over x plus a squared. And that's the general solution to this differential equation. As always, thank you for watching.